chat and ask questions and everything you need. We're going to all face the same direction. So starting in forward folds. All right, so look down. We're going to do 9A. So we're going to expand on our down dog sequence. You'll see some of them have actual names now. Down dog sequence. Make sure your mat is right underneath the line of the swing. And we're going to keep our feet in the center of the mat. It's really helpful to practice feet right underneath the plumb line. Hips pouring forward. So lean forward, lower your heels are not down. Lean forward so that your hips are over the front of the mat. Feet in the center, hip distance. Okay, we're going to work on the alignment piece because it's going to help us tremendously when we get to the salutations. And then from this position, if all is well, our head is really close to the ground. Right? So we find that the length of our legs is similar to the length of our torso when we bend at the hips. So we're learning how to keep the lower back long, come up onto the toes, and then let our head be really close to the ground. Very different than our grandma's forward fold. Okay? So in this position, we allow there to be a little sway in the swing. Let it feel good to massage out the hip flexors. What we want to do is encourage our friends to soften. Can we create a little bit more softness in the hip flexors so there's not that tension of the hip flexors pushing back against the swing, but the swing is encouraging the hips up. Okay? So I want you to look forward, bring your hands forward. This is how we shift in case we haven't gotten it yet. If we need the swing to come down, we lift one leg up, shift that hip towards the sky. We bring the other leg up, shift the hip towards the sky, and the swing will slide down further onto the leg. It's really important because you'll see people starting to wrestle. It's really important to know how to shift the swing into the sweet spot. Okay, so we can just all use the mirrors as our guide if you can't see or just look up every once in a while. So position number 1 for forward folds, we're diving in a little bit deeper, is to clasp the elbows. The second position I like is to interlace the fingers behind the back of the head. We pull straight down, tucking the chin to the chest, so we're lengthening out through the cervical spine. So feel a millimeter of space happening. This is really helpful. You'll feel it all the way down to the sacrum as we allow the spine to lengthen out from the pelvis and more space in between vertebrae happening. Try bringing your hands to your lower back and see if you can start to pull down towards your head. Okay, palms down, and then some contraction towards your neck. Feel how that lifts the sit bones. Just a little bit of pulling. Okay, helping the back happen. And this is a great adjustment to do on people if you want to go around and do a little yoga massage. Perfect. And then the last one is grabbing the ankles. Now in this pose, I always keep a little swagger going in the swing. And see if you can keep your heart open, pulling towards your knees, head in line with the body. So there's two versions. The rounding is pulling your head towards your knees. But if you keep your head in line with your body and the heart goes towards your knees, it's a totally different stretch. Okay, so we're doing like the NSR version where we go heart first into the poses. Heart first. Yep. So release, come forward, stretch it out. So we're coming way off the front of our mats for our down dog. Okay, so in our down dog, we have our cat's meow. Inhale, arch and undulate the spine up and up. Exhale, round in, look towards your navel. So it's like the down dog and cat cow got together. Inhale, arch and open. Exhale, round in and squeeze. Round in, squeeze, round in. Lori, round in, round in. Arms straight. Inhale, lift, arch and open. Exhale, round in and squeeze. So keep your hands where they are, right here in front. Stretch out, in front, hands in front. Okay? And when you round in, you pull in through your navel. Like a cat. Okay? Good. Everybody feeling that what I'm talking about? So you're pulling your ribs into your body. Round in, round in, round in. Okay. Yeah, and then arch and open like the cow part. Arch and open, pull forward. So you're, yeah. So really lift from here. Straight arms the whole time. And then when you round in, you really pull the navel up towards the spine. Yeah. Inhale, lift. So I push my outer thigh into the swing. Okay? Now when you bend the knee, you can kick the leg loop out of the way. That's how you get the foot on the outside. Push the outer thigh into the swing, and then kick and bend the knee. The foot pulls down close to the bum. You're going to have to tell your pupils that. Other side. Here we go. Yeah. Try it again. So leg out, straight, push out your outer thigh into the swing, and then bend the knee. See how that helps get people on the right side? Yeah. Kick the leg that way. Perfect. So one-legged dog. Push your chest towards the standing leg. Really strong. Straight arms. Get the heel closer to the ground now. Right? Without moving the foot. Just push energetically down through the back of the leg. Beautiful, guys. Now we inhale, we pull forward, then we straighten the leg. This is when we get into our standing splits. Usually not in the basic sequence. So I like to make sure my right foot is in the center of the mat. Okay, you have to find the balance point. And then bend your elbows and hang. Bend your elbows and hang. So we first just hang, so we're letting gravity do the work. It's a big stretch. Now, not allowed to straighten the leg a little bit more, Wendy. Straighten the top leg. Just push it up, push it up. Hook the foot by flexing it back. Yes, that's it. Flex your foot, Connie, a little bit more. Flex the top foot. Yeah, the other flex. There you go. That kind of locks it in. You know what I'm talking about? And then it allows you to hang a little bit more. Really trust the swing to do the stretching for you because it's intense. Beautiful, guys. Okay, so don't worry about getting the back heel down. You're pouring your weight forward. So come on to the ball of the standing foot. Pour your weight forward. Interesting. Fascinating. And then just go ahead and hold on to the ankle with both hands if you want to balance. This is a great stretch. I know, it's intense. Like, wiggle it. And then arms open wide for airplanes. And then if you can, clasp behind your back. Yeah. So you can float it. That's okay, John, but we really want to keep the anchored foot as much as possible. If you kind of wiggle.
Yeah, I'll have a talk with that foot.
Yeah, it's one or the other, I know. Have a talk with it next time. Oh la la. Beautiful, guys. Release, you're spring loaded. We're going to walk forward. We always open up first. Hands forward. Bend the knee. Come on down. Land both feet in center. Hip distance. Happy dog. Wag your tail. So one leg will feel completely different than the other. Just give time to integrate. Happy dog is a great place. We can also do loop-de-loops and figure eights and all kinds of play. I try to keep the arms straight as much as possible, but you can bend the hips and bend the knees out to the side and feel what's happening in the lower body. Shake it out, shake it out, shake, shake, shake. And then we're going to inhale, pull forward. Let's bring the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. This time when we lift, push into the outer, push your hip into the outer part of the swing, and then when you bend the knee, you're most likely going to catch the outer hook. Outside in, always outside in. The foot pulls down close to the bum. We do our one-legged dog. We get the back of the hamstring ready for splits. Yeah, that's beautiful. Or you can come up onto your fingertips and create little suction cups if you want to get the heart open a little bit more in this pose. Really nice. Okay, and then once the leg feels open, we pull forward, straighten the right leg. I make sure my foot is in the center of the mat. To find the balance point, the pivot point. That's why I like to keep the feet in the center of the mat the whole time. And then from here, we bend the elbows, and we're on the ball of the foot, so we're draping our weight forward so the swing's holding us completely. Okay, so some people are not ready to balance, it's okay. Top foot flexed, if you can. Yeah, that keeps it hooked in. And then we can do our airplane wings. First we get our plane. If your foot isn't grounded, it's hard to balance. You can hold the ankle. Just a nice stretch. Remember, we're leading with the heart, so we don't round in. We're pulling our heart towards our knee. clasping behind the back. When we're behind the back, the hands down towards the ground, wiggle it in. Stretch your top foot away from your arms so you can get that nice long line of energy with the body. Yep. Beautiful. Lengthen everywhere. Now we're going to release. We're spring loaded. Come out nice and slow. We walk our hands forward first. Then we start to bend the right knee. Slowly come down. We're going to wiggle it out. Happy dog. Wag the tail. Side to side. Beautiful. One-legged dog standing splits. Now we're going to get into our chattarunga. So we're going to let ourselves slide into our plank pose. Okay? So in plank pose, if you have your hands about 6 inches above your mat, you can try pulling. Okay, so if you have the room, just be mindful of your neighbors, of the walls, of the poles, all that stuff. We can pull forward and hold. Use the underbelly of the arm, and then exhale, come back. Do little swimming motions. And then just kind of activating the back body. Feel your glutes working, the lower back, strong. Once we're here, we can try our chaturungas in the plank. Tiny little dips. Now notice the elbows slide in towards your ribs for chaturanga. Push-ups, elbows out. Chaturanga's elbows in. So turn your thumbs forward a little bit more than normal. That's just baby chaturanga, so stay there. So if we want to go a little further, we're going to bring knee to elbow on the left, knee to elbow on the right. Just undulate back and forth a few times. Make these as easy or as difficult as you like. The difficult version is to try to hold at the top. Pull forward and hold to make it hard. Or just kind of lightly pulse back and forth to make it easy. Beautiful. Then our leapfrog is 2 knee to elbows, both sides. Bakasana. Hold crow for a microsecond. All right. Beautiful. Come on back to center. Let's try hooking our feet. So now both feet hook outside in, tight to the bum. Feet pull down. So from here, if we try our chaturangas, you can feel a little bit more weight, a little bit more strength involved. My hands are still at the front of the mat. If we want to make them harder, we walk our hands back a foot onto the mat. So my wrist crease is 1 foot back. Okay? If we want to make them really hard, center of the mat. Now elbows can flare out to the side for handstand push-ups. I told you today we would do the push-ups. Handstand push-ups. All right. Let's go ahead and try handstand one more time. We walk to the front of the mat. Fingertips to the front of the mat. So watch my feet. I'm going to tuck. Feet engaged. Tuck. Pull my hips up so they're stacked. Okay? Spread your feet tucked in. Tuck and hold. Feel how strong that is. Nice, guys. So we find that balance when we tuck. Okay? Expand into upside down dog. Press your chest towards the ground, straight arms. Inhale, pull forward, up dog. Look up. Exhale, tuck. So crown of the head points down towards the earth. That's what tuck. Arch is the other way, right? So tuck is pulling the belly button in. Arching is round, curving the back so the heart is closer to the ground. Inhale, pull forward for up dog. Exhale, handstand, tuck. Balance. Okay, now we're going to try a little bit harder handstand. See if we can bring our legs out. So see if you can just balance, bring your legs out. We're going to pulse a few times like that. So walk your hands back to center. Yes, walk back. See if you can balance with the legs wide. So you're still pushing into the swing and bring your feet down. Down. Good. Beautiful. Perfect, guys. If you want to get fancy, try and bring your toes down to the ground. Okay. Yeah. And then bounce back up. See if you can do it. Just play. Legs stay wide. down and try and push back up. It's really challenging. You can practice the wide straddle like that. Nice, guys. Straight arms when you come back up if you can. Otherwise, the swing will hold you. Both the feet back to the center of the mat. Beautiful. So from here, all we need to do is practice our headstand. We're going to actually come back to headstand and handstand and play with that a little bit. Okie dokie. So let's save those. Let's just come into our regular old down dog, our old dog. Let's drop onto our forearms and try our floating loop. Okay? Just let the body rest. Handstands are nice and strong, so then we do something relaxing. So we can swagger from side to side, soften through the hip flexors. That'll feel good on the hips. See if you can stretch out the side body here. See how much space, how far can you go in the swagger. Beautiful. Just let that feel good. Well, let's rest in our headstand. Let's do an easy one. So interlace the fingers. Change my mind. Bend the knees. And voila, we're in our headstand, right? So no big deal headstand. We're going to do a little bit more advanced in a little bit, but pulse the knees up. Notice that brings more weight onto the crown of the head. Bring the knees down. Head lifts. We're focusing on feeling that pivot point at the hips. Right? So there's a lot of play and variation here. It's not just one way. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more of an advanced headstand today, but we're going to come back to headstand. Straighten the legs, come on down, walk it out. So from our down dog, we walk forward, hands, walk forward with your feet, walk forward all the way, so you're going to feel tension on the swing and enough tension to come up. Once we come up,